Here's my 2016 third gen Tacoma. Just gonna do a little quick review on it. It's got 200,000 miles on it. Well, a little over that right now. Just go over it, talk about if I had any issues with it and everything like that, what's done to it and all that stuff. I'll just go over what's done to it first. It has method grid wheels on it with a Falcon Wild Peak AT3W all-terrains. They're 275 7017s, and they fit pretty good. I had to trim just the littlest bit off right here and the littlest bit off right there, and I think I heated this up with a heat gun and up there and just like pushed it in and let it dry, kind of just held it till it cooled off and it stayed in a little bit. But they don't rub at all, and they haven't since I did that, since they were new. But the tires actually have 50,000 miles on them, and check out the tread. They've been lasting forever. I had them for 3 years now. 50,000 miles in 3 years on them things, and they are doing great. But the Fox shocks, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's got Fox 2.5s off of TRD Pro. They're off of a 2020. I got them takeoffs with 5,000 miles on them, and I think I got them for like $1,000. And the back ones are the same thing. They're just the shocks. They're like, I think they have the yeah, they have the reservoir on them. But that's all that's done to the suspension on it, is just the Fox. Basically, it's a TRD Pro suspension on it, and that's it. So it lifts the front level. Basically, it's about like an inch higher in the front, I think, than stock on these. When you put the TRD Pro front coilovers on, I think it's about an inch higher. But everything's original, and like the lighting and everything. I have these amber lights in here, but they're not even hooked up. TRD Pro grill, because back when I got this thing, that was the only style aftermarket grill you could get. They didn't even have the black honeycombs. These had that chrome, like honeycomb looking grills. They were super ugly looking. But truck, other than that, it's in pretty good shape actually. It's wearing nice. Like, I had a second gen before this, and the second gen I sold with 257 or 47,000 miles, I forget. I think it was around 250 something. But this thing's holding up. I'm pretty sure this truck's going to be just as solid as that truck at 250,000. I have this thing. Whoop. See, that doesn't come down slowly anymore. That did wear out. I think you can buy new, whatever they are. Like, it's like some kind of bushing in here. It looks like it's not there anymore. But that wore out after opening it 10,000 times. Probably more than that. But I keep my straps in the back here. I got Pro Taper straps. I can put 2 dirt bikes in this thing, like super fast. Pull them up on with a ramp and load both my dirt bikes. Or I even have a dyno in the back of this thing sometimes. I've hauled that from New York to Pennsylvania with a FXDX dyno in the back, with the weight of the back of the bike on the tailgate, because the back tire's on the tailgate, and it was fine. Did 75, 85 the whole way through all them rough roads up in New York. But you can see the frame on this sucker has dirt, but the thing is like brand new under here. I keep it clean. I wash it so much, like in the winter time. I wash it. It's got like a little bit of dirt on it, but it's clean, real clean under there. But the motor, pretty much stock in it. Has a K&N air filter, and it has a Orange Virus tune on it, the performance tune. It does get like about, I think I'm averaging 17 to 18 miles a gallon in the city with these tires. They're a little bigger than a 32, and I'm averaging about 18 to 20 on the highway, but I go too fast on the highway to get good gas mileage. But I got these air box vents in here. They're for a four-wheeler, and I just drilled 1-inch holes and then put them in there just to get a little extra air in here, even though it's not technically hot air because I did it just on this side and on that side. I don't know if you can see them down in there, but I did them just on the front and that outer side, away from the heat as much as possible. But just to add a little bit of extra airflow. The K&N filter is just nice because you can just keep cleaning it and oiling it or whatever, but I don't even really oil them. I don't know. It's fine. I don't really drive in the dirt, like I said, but here's the white paint. It's peeling off under there, right there on both sides. Toyota's gonna fix that for free, and my paint was good up until about 6 months ago, and I was washing it, and the paint started blowing off here. So took it to Toyota, and they even have a recall for it at Toyota, so they're gonna fix that. The only other issue I've had with it, like cosmetically, is that nick right there in the paint. This twisted one day when I shut it, and this shut way up here. I had to like bend it and stuff, and now it sticks out like that. Looks kind of like shit a little bit, but if you push it into flat, then it hits. So I don't know. It needs a new gas door, I guess, to be right, but that's weird. So I've been running with the orange bars too, and it did definitely give it a lot more power. It feels super responsive. Like when you floor it, it just like immediately downshifts and takes off. It doesn't have all that delay like it had stock. It's so much nicer. It doesn't hunt for gears at all on the highway. I pulled a Jeep Cherokee behind this thing to go off-road on a dolly, and a Jeep's like off-road Jeep with 35s on it, pulls up the highway 70 mile an hour, no problem. So it's not bad. I mean, you're not going to hook a huge car trailer to it with a heavy ass weight on it and expect it's a 3/4 ton truck or something. It's not. It's a V6. It's a little V6 too, but this motor's impressive actually, I think. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of torque right off idle. That's its downfall, but once you are moving a little bit and you stomp it, like this thing runs good for what it is. At least mine does. I've driven other ones that weren't impressive at all, but I actually had a 2020 with 5,000 miles on when I took this in for a recall for that third brake light, and they cleaned out the inside of the frame and did the cavity wax, and I had a 2020 for a week, and that thing was slow compared to this one. So like it just wasn't responsive as this is, and this had 190 on then, I think. So I'll get in the inside here. I don't run a spare tire under there either. I don't like it. I like to be able to clean the frame rails, and plus I have the bigger tire, so basically I just keep a plug kit and a little air compressor in my truck. I've never had a problem. Like I said, I had these tires 3 years, 50,000 miles, never touched them, just rotated them. Rotate them every oil change. So there it is, fires right up. This battery's like 6 years old now, I think. It's crazy, but I don't have tire pressure monitors. Hold on. So there it is, 2,187.9 miles. It's a runner. So one thing too, if you hold this to the left, you can change the brightness. I don't know if people didn't know that, because I didn't know that right away. I always wondered how you change that, but if you hold it to the left, you can adjust your brightness. That's kind of nice to know. But anyway, everything, this has the technology package. This is a 16, but it has the technology package and everything in it. And I think a couple of the things were ordered options. It was about $40,000 out the door. So that's pretty much it on it. I haven't replaced anything on this motor at all so far. Nothing. Just oil change. Well, I replaced the spark plugs, but I mean actually like mechanically. I didn't replace anything besides spark plugs, cleaned the air filter, oil changes, and I'm running Motul 0W20 Eco Light oil. And I'm changing oil every 3,500 miles with that, but I run this thing pretty hard. And I put in, I think Redline fluid, or it was Redline or Motul or one of them good brand fluids in the in the front diff, the rear axle, and the transfer case, and I've done them a couple times now, and I've been doing the drain and fill in the transmission with Toyota fluid every probably 3 to 5 oil changes, and that's doing good. Transmission shifts perfect and stuff. Everything's working good. That's it though. Like, I did front brakes on it a couple times, and that's it. Oh, sway bar end links in the front, they do wear out. But no wheel bearings, nothing like that. Everything else is perfectly good to go. This thing feels like a brand new truck still, which is awesome. So these third gens, if you get a good one, I've heard people not getting good ones, but if you get a good one, they can be just as reliable as the second gen, is what it's seeming like here. I think this thing's going to run 350 easy. I'm going to keep this truck, so we'll see how long it runs. The truck's so good, the rest of it, I'm a mechanic. I'll put a motor in it if it blows up at 350,000 miles or whatever. I'll spend 3, 4 grand, 5 grand on a nice low mile motor, put it in here. Maybe even buy a motor and training together with low miles, put it in here, and then I got a brand new truck again for another couple $100,000 with no problems. But yeah, that's pretty much my review on this thing. I just wanted to go over it quick, and anyone looking for one, I wouldn't be scared of a 16. This thing's been nothing but great. So there's my review on it, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer them for you. Have a good one.